Yes, in this video, let us try to solve problems in arithmetic mean. And before that, let us try to understand some concepts. See, the situation is when k is added to each observation of a set, what will happen to the mean? The mean of n observations is obtained by adding all n observations and dividing by n. If you add k to all observations, to each observation, if you add k, the new mean will be by n. K is added for 2 times, so nk by n. So this term is x bar and this is k. So the mean will be added by k. Similarly, when k is reduced from each observation, what will happen to the mean is the next question. So you have x1 plus x2 plus etc. xn by n minus k minus k minus k for n times. So minus nk by n. N and n cancelled. So you have x bar minus k. So what will happen to the mean? The mean will be reduced by k units. When k is multiplied to each observation, you have kx1, kx2 plus etc. kxn as the observations. So what will happen? You can take k outside. So you have k times of x1 plus x2 plus etc. by n, which is kx bar. The mean will be multiplied by k. If k is multiplied to each observation of a set and then c is reduced, k is multiplied to each observation of a set. So you are multiplying k to each observation and then reducing c. Follow this order. First you should multiply and then reduce. You should not change this order. Okay. Plus etc. kxn by c. What will happen to the mean? Take k outside. You have x1 plus x2 plus etc. xn by n minus c minus c minus c for n times minus nc by n. So you have k x bar minus c, right? If k is multiplied to each observation and then c is reduced, the mean should be multiplied by k and then reduced by c. From each observation of a set, c is reduced and then k is multiplied. From each observation of a set, c is reduced and then k is multiplied. What will happen to the mean is the question. So you have k times of x1 plus x2 plus etc. xn by n plus minus kc minus kc minus kc for n times divided by n. So you have kx bar here and minus nkc by n. N and n are cancelled. Take k outside. You have x bar minus c. So what will happen to the mean? You should first reduce c and then multiply by k to get the new mean. Okay, having all these concepts in your mind, let us go to the problems. The first problem says the arithmetic mean of 20 observations is 28.4. So summation x by 20 is 28.4. So what is summation x then? It is 28.4 into 20. You get 568. Now one observation was taken as 32 instead of 23. So that new total, that is the corrected total, is 568. One observation was wrongly taken as 32. Leave it. And the correct number is 23. Add it. So the total is 559. So the new mean, that is the corrected mean, is equal to 559 divided by 20. 27.95. Answer is option 4. Okay, fine. Now the mean of 10 observations is 28.2. If 1.2 is subtracted from each observation, what is the new mean? What should you do? You should also reduce 1.2 from the mean. Okay, that is enough. So the answer is option 2, which is 27. If 10 is reduced from each observation of a set, the mean of the set is increases by 10 or reduces by 10? Reduces by 10. Answer is option 2. If 20 is added to each observation of the set, the mean of the set increases by 10 because you are adding. Answer is again option 2. If each observation of a set is multiplied by 10, whose mean is 20, the mean becomes. If each observation is multiplied by 10, the mean should also be multiplied by 10. So the answer is 20 into 10, 200, option 1. If each value of a series is multiplied by 6, the median will also be multiplied by 6. The answer is option 1. If each value of a series is multiplied by 8, mode will also be multiplied by 8. Answer is option 4. Okay. Fine. Now the next question. Mean of 7 observations is 18. If a new observation 16 is added, what is the new mean? Mean of 7 observations, sum of observations divided by 7 is 18, which implies sum of observations is 7 into 18, 126. Now a new observation 16 is added, so the new total is 126 plus 16, which is 142. So what is the new mean? Actually there were 7 observations and you are adding 1 observation now. So it becomes 8. So the average is 17.72. The answer is option number 2. The next problem. The average runs of a cricketer in 4 innings is 32. Summation x by 4 is 32. How many runs should he score in the 5th innings so that his average becomes 50? So what is summation x now? Cross multiply these two, you get 128. Now this total up to 4th innings plus the runs he scored in 5th innings divided by 5 should be 50. They say the average after average of 5 scores is 50. So what should be x5? Summation x is 128 plus x5 divided by 5 is 50. 128 plus x5 is 250. I have cross multiplied. So x5 is 250 minus 128. It is 122. Option 3. Okay. Now the next problem. The mean of 20 observations is 18.7. Summation x by 20 is 18.7, which implies summation x is multiplied these two values. 18 point, what's the question? If from each observation 3 is subtracted and then 2 is multiplied, find the new mean. I need not do this way, right? We have read under the concept. I can directly find the answer. The mean of 20 observations is 18.7. If from each observation 3 is subtracted and 3 is subtracted and then 2 is multiplied, what is the new mean? X bar is 18.7 minus 3 into 2. So 15.7 into 2 is 31.4. The answer is option 2. Fine. The next question. The mean of 25 observation is 73.408. If one observation is removed, what is the revised mean? One observation 64 is removed. So they say summation x by 25 is 73.408. Then summation x is equal to, I should multiply these two numbers. So if I multiply 73.408 and by 25, I get 0.800. Now what should you do? You should remove 64. So from this total, I should remove 64. So by removing 64, I get 1770.8. So now the new mean is, actually there were 25 observations. You have removed one observation. So it is only 24, you should remember. So on division, you get 73.78. So the answer is option 3. Now, the mean of 10 observations is 12.5. That is, summation x by 10 is 12.5, which means summation x is 12.5 into 10 is 125. The mean of 4 observations among them is 5, which implies summation x is 20. What is the mean of remaining observations? So we should first find the remaining total. The total of all observations is 125 and the sum of just 4 observations is 20. On reduction you get 105. So the remaining mean, the mean of remaining observations is, you should divide this by the number of observations, which is 6. On the whole there were 10 and 4 were taken out. So you have 6 observations. 105 by 6. The answer is option number 2. The mean of 20 observations is 100. If to each observation 8 is multiplied and 10 is reduced, what is the new mean? So the original mean is 100, to which 8 is multiplied and then 10 is reduced. So 800 minus 10, 790. Option 3 is the answer. Yes, thank you.